afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, riveting, and amazing Propagandacast with me, your host, Imperial Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda. We're off here to a 1 vs 1 on Nexus. In the west, it is Elpern, fighting for the Wehrmacht, Germany, Deutschland. Taking on the role here of the 2nd Panzer Division with German Infantry. Classic, there's always 250-1 half-track, veteran squad leaders, stormtroopers, assault and hold, and the fragmentation bomb. With infantry, Panzer East, it is Sillycat from my translations, which basically rely on Google Translate. So, yes, Sillycat and then Ruthless, and I'm just calling them Sillycat. Fighting here for America, freedom, democracy, the American dream. Taking on the role here of the 6th Armored Division here with Airborne Company, featuring Pathfinders, 50 cals, paratroopers, anti-tank guns, and the P-47 rocket strafe, triple infantry there, of course, including the faster veterans again and the riflemen. We got Dove Rifle there versus Gunnery MD42, Elpern southwest there, Pioneers leading the west, the Gunners MD4 following up there to sort of secure other points. South push here by the riflemen, and we got troops pushing north as well from Sillycat. Riflemen towards the centers, so a bit more of an aggressive spread from the Americans, a bit more of a focused effort from the Germans with him, and then there's certainly a bit of spread there nonetheless. Second Gunnery squad from Elpern, noting his infantry companies pointed southwards, so sort of probably focusing more on the south, at least initially, since this indicates he wants the troops to focus on the south, since obviously depending on when you build it, they can sort of react faster to certain parts of the map, whereas with the Americans it's just right smack dab in the middle, so you know you got no choice there, you got no choice, no decision making. You are a puppet to the wills of someone. Anyways, right flank around here by MD42, Pioneers come down to support there. Nice flank here by Sillycat. Saw here what Elpern was doing, saw an opportunity and struck hard. We're seeing there taking a lot of damage already. Very good here. Forced retreat here for Elpern in the early game. Really decisive strike here. Obviously, with anything to follow up with, it's not going to matter too much, but even then, it's pushed off the machine gun and possibly stabilized Elpern here in the early game. Second squad being heading north, it's interesting enough, which slightly undercuts the infantry company there. And slightly ruins what I was saying, but details. Our Pioneers club being wiped out here as well by Sillycat in the south. More infantry arriving here. Troops heading northwards now. Definitely a bit of an interesting move there by Elpern. Perhaps figuring the south is now too hazardous. He's switching northwards, or perhaps that was just bait. Hard to say there. But we do have the 3rd Grenadier squad on the way there for Elpern. More Grenadiers, more German infantry to support, well, German infantry doctrine. And here we've got Sillycat going for the captain, aiming for something slightly more experienced and veteran in terms of officers than the lieutenant. Opens of course up for anti-tank guns, pack houses, and the anti-aircraft half-track, depending on how far he explores that one. Plus with Airborne, we can still use to call in 50 cals using the paradoor ability there. So it does give him some flexibility. Pioneers on watch here. No tech yet there for Elpern. We got counter-attack in the south of them before troop and the Grenadiers here. Sillycat there caught off guard and routed. We got Riflemen against the Grenadiers here, using the tank to against Sillycat. Very good. Also a bit of skirmishing up north between the reactions of Grenadiers. Grenadiers should be able to win that one, though it will take a bit of a while. There. MD42 then moving up here. Grenadiers grab the southern field point. Elpern striking back hard here with the full fury of the Wehrmacht in the first few minutes, which is not a lot there. Not a lot of sort of full might of fury there, but he'll eventually get there. He'll get there. Captain out here for Sillycat, of course, immediately adding the BAR, the Browning Automatic Rifle Browning Automatic Rifle for more firepower. Yeah, sorry about that one. Things went a bit too fast there, which certainly gives them a lot more punch versus basic infantry in the early game. Plus, of course, you also got the Thompson on the captain, which is also a significant amount of firepower. So this is a lot of firepower there, and again, as you get just more or less as part of the text. There you go, Pioneers and not told us the captain. Down to almost half health in a matter of a second. Infantry coming up, he could get flanked by the captain. And we got Riflemen further moving in. Up north here, Riflemen Grenadiers as well. Their situation for Elpern's look a bit rubbish, but he's still getting control on the south, so it's working out somewhat. Captain dealing with the Pioneers. Already 2 men down. Bravo's got there trying to probably it out with him before just pushing Captain there going forward and avoids the arc of fire there. Good work by Sillycat. Elpern center is collapsing like a wet paper bag. Ambulance out there for Sillycat. Take up for Elpern, finally a bit, I would say a bit late. They probably got some Panzer Grenadiers up and something else there, so a bit on the slow side there, to be fair, a bit on the slow side. We got tank shots barbed wire up here. Sillycat sort of covers up the advance here, and otherwise pushes forward here against Elpern, going for the calf punch. Really good push there. Seizing an opportunity to just really slow down and hurt Elpern's economy. 2 thumbs up there to Sillycat. Grenadiers bring up the into the close range here of the captain, which is a very bad. As you can see there again, the Grenadiers took immediate casualties almost due to the sheer firepower they won't get around, but also the Thompson and the BAR. Definitely should not underestimate the Thompson there, since in terms of like in-game stats, it's like a better assault rifle for some reason. Plus, of course, you got the BAR, which also packs a punch, so that is a really aggressive move there, and of course a bad move there by Elpern. I'd like to make a nice company up. They're going to sing Norfolk, and of course this might be one reason he went for the captain, because again, like just early on, the captain is an incredibly powerful unit. 2-2 on the way there for Elpern, but here we can see Sillycat is already going for the anti-aircraft traffic tech, losing the southern fuel point in the process. Going to need pack 40s here to have a chance against this. That or multiple 2-2s, or finally, you know, he gets really, really lucky. But generally, as a rule of thumb, you should not bank on getting really, really lucky. Veteran school is on the way there for the Grenadiers, increasing their firepower, of course, in the turn, of course, going to the 5th man. Telemines here being laid down, but right under the nose there of Sillycat. Bit risky there, probably should have checked before doing it. He also needs to cancel that, otherwise, you know, he could just move up with the mine, but just clear up the mine anyways. At which point, it's not going to do anything. Anti-aircraft tactical, there we go. Telemine cancelled. I mean, it's not a bad idea available to lay down some telemines, in particular versus the captain, since again, if you can catch the half track with that, great, but you know, be sure to check ahead before you lay down the mines. There you go, captain is going to get a quick kill there. Lewis drops dead. More Grenadiers now on the veteran stages following up here, 2-2 hanging back here for now. Bit of light damage. Anti-aircraft tactic out here for Sillycat. And the 6th Armoured Division going to maybe before 2 here in the north, but things southwards. Could consider calling some stormtroopers at some point. There you go, we got the 50 cal being dropped in here for Sillycat to increase the firepower of his men versus the Krauts that are sneaking about here in the terrain. Elpern following up with the pack 40, the Panzer up on the field sick. Very good response there. Very good. Obviously doesn't know if the opponent has gone for the half track or not, but it's safe to assume, and having the pack 40 ready for that is going to be crucial anyways. Going to using Norfolk, centre victory point obviously short here by Elpern, bit of Bart White here by Sillycat, but ultimately not effective. Pioneers coming out in the south here, we got 422 versus 490. Got the pack 40 out there, the Panzer Abwehr on the field, and there go half track goes for the Grenadiers in the centre, opening up their captain following up as well there. Heavy damage to the Grenadiers. Their position absolutely imperiled, and they are forced to retreat in the face of Sillycat's anything but silly attack. Armoured Colts surrounded here by the heavy firepower mounted on the rear of the half track, rifling Norfolks. Reinforcing healing, 50 caliber Norfolks. Whoa, something just gets him flying. And before to the captain, not quite uncovered, seems supposed to before 2 quickly and suppressed it, 2-2 moving for some extra firepower, half to moving up, but this time Elpern is ready with the Panzer Abwehr on the field sick. The pack 40. Almost got the half trick, they don't know how the front moving up and taking fire from the 2-2. Gonna need a bit of tricky situation. Could try for a rive grenade here, but that might be ambitious. Also got the 50 caliber covering in here now. From him, he's even popping 50 caliber round, or armor piercing rounds there. Gunners under fire, and quickly falling back this round of volume being suppressed. Still, Elpern needs to get some of that fuel before Sillycat gets too much, at which point he could theoretically break Elpern with it. Like if he just begins steamrolling him with tanks, Elpern may simply be in a situation where they cannot respond to it realistically. Going for some Panzer Grenadier here, thumbs up to Elpern, nice to see those. Particularly upgrade some of the support package. The marked target ability can actually be quite good in some particular circumstances. Rifle moving ahead here. Bit of light movement in the south, but the main fighting continues to happen in the north here, as Sillycat and Elpern struggle over the northern fuel point, each looking to gain control of it from the other. And there you go, we got the Panzer Grenadier out there for Elpern. Will he be planning Panther 6? Will it be going for support package, or will it be neither? Machine gun there caught in the centre by the captain, and the 50 cal, a deadly combo there. Rive Grenade going off against the captain, and nice hit there. 2 men alive, the other 2 dead. Their bodies broken in the shrubbery. Rifle 50 coming in here, putting pressure on Elpern, and the South Asians push back something there. Almost got the southern fuel, and we got the Major out here for Sillycat. He is close to some armor, there's still at least some time away. In this regard, Elpern now cutting off both fuel points has helped buy him some time. We'll have to see, of course, how fast he takes up. We're going to bunker up here for Elpern and the German army. Panzers moving up, support for what looks to be a northern push here, moving in. possibly check the half-track nearby for opening up with the Pak 40, the Panzerabwehrkanone 40, which stands for Tank Defense Gun. Fun fact.
The enemy is attempting to steal our sector.
Similarly, well, there we go. Anyways, half-track there, push back, Pak 40 moving up here. Gunnery's advancing, steady advancing. Also, they got Panzer goes up north flank, south side though. Sillycat is quickly making gains.
Waiting orders.
50 cal covering up. In the south, bit of skirmishing here between Sillycat and Elpern. Elpern getting ready to open up a new frontier versus Sillycat, even as like he's not exactly got a strong firm control of the northern frontier, so bit of possibility of extension, but at the same time, Sillycat is also somewhat extended, so it could pan out. And there we go. Pak 40 gets good in the half track. Big shot there. Second shot though misses the mark, and there you go. Got a flank here. There we go. Sillycat trying the tables here on Elpern in the north, punishing him for extending in the, or pushing too much in the south, and insufficient reserves in the north. No tech yet here though for Elpern, as Sillycat continues the northern harassment and pursuit here of Elpern's forces in the north. Still some time before the Sherman hits, but it's not far off, to be honest here. Like, bit over a minute, and Sillycat can actually begin hitting Elpern with German tanks, and Elpern's still going to have like one Pak 40 at the moment. Panzer caught by the 50 cal and the captain, and as you might notice, Cat is once more immediately spiraling out of control of Elpern. He has to immediately hit the retreat button. He does successfully do so. At the same time, pushing the 7 MD42 and the 2-2, working this together so the 2-2 can spot for the MD42. That's not a bad idea. And the ultimate to save the Pak 40. Nice save there by Elpern. Fortunately for him, Sillycat did not pursue with a half-take, which point he might actually like maybe overrun it to take it out. 50 cal in the south, immediately opening up with 50 armor-piercing rounds there, but not fast enough. In the center, machine right here with the anti-aircraft half-deck, M15A1. Just reinforcing healing here for Sillycat. And the 6th armored. Up north here, 2-2 versus 50 cal and the captain. Panzer's going to swing in as well. Troops are suppressed. There we go, 2-2 hitting the exposed flank of the 50 cal machine gun crew. These Panzers now take advantage of it being forced out of position as well. Half-track nearby is ready to stop this and slow down Elpern's advance, minimizing the possible gains that Elpern could make. Good move there, but at the same time wary of the Pak 40. He quickly disengaged with the half-tank, and there he goes. Sherman is on the way here for Sillycat at the 12-minute mark. Another Pak 40 for Elpern. He is taking up at the same time, but he is also quite aware that he is going to be behind here, Sillycat, in the armor race, and he's not going to take any chances, so that is why he's bringing up the 2nd Pak 40 here. Of course, it could also be a signal that he might be planning to go for tier 4 straight away, though definitely call that very risky in the current circumstances. Then this was arrivement. Sherman halfway done. Back here, we got tech on the way to Elpern. North thick on these punts moving in. The major taking some cash there. Got Tilly called in here to try and disrupt Elpern's advance. And if Elpern doesn't pay attention, we can actually risk losing the Panzer lose entirely to the artillery strike. Woo, that was a close one. That was an incredibly close one. Still up costing a man there, but he could easily lost the entire squad. On the south here, the counterattack from Sillycat and the 6th Armored Division routes Elpern's, well, rather extended south flank and pushes it back. Back here, troops reinforcing healing. Worth noting, we're not seeing any weapon racks as of yet here for Sillycat. We got another 50 cal, at the same time we got the Sherman out, adding the 50 caliber on top on that one as well. Very good. Almost got the northern fuel point here, but he's lost the southern one, and he's still some time away from any armor. Could find himself forced, maybe consider Stuke here. But we shall see what it is that Elpern is ultimately planning here versus Sillycat. And there you go. Sherman strikes. Backed up with the 50 cal, and not a lot of infantry that is coming. Striking southwards. Elpern avoids the Sherman for now, pushing back the anti-aircraft after in the process. Good maneuver there by Elpern. Sometimes the best maneuver is not to attack into with single one of your opponent's guns in pointing, but actually like for where they aren't pointing and then hit them there. Well, at least not as many are. Still no sign of upgrades there. Plenty of munitions. Could be like weapon racks. You could also consider some paratroopers here versus Elpern. I think that could also be a great idea there for Sillycat. As for Elpern, Support Corps would be a nice idea. We're planning tier 4, setting up for that soon. I'd still like to see the support package here on the Panzer Grenadiers. But there you go. Sherman strikes, catching troops. Grenadiers squads in pair position. Fortunately for Elpern, Doesn't land a great hit there. Could easily have like caused much more heavy casualties than Elpern actually suffered, which was, you know, maybe a stuck toe and Ludwig. Sherman they're falling back up north, halfway dead, close to. Bit of a stand up in the south there. Go. We also got a deep flank here by Sillycat, but looks like nope. Suddenly becomes there we go, back to being nope. Apparently can't decide he wants to go for deep flank or a shallow flank. It looks like it ends up being a shallow flank, which actually gives them before 2 more time to react. Could have been a bit better, I think, there by Sillycat to put a command in the south after taking another hit from the Pack 40. Just as got finished repaired, he pushes back in, only to get damaged again. Still, Sillycat's keeping the attack here, but the execution I feel like is a bit lacking. There's not enough like momentum behind it, which makes it easier for Elpern to focus him down and push it back with negligible casualties on this side. So that was not a great move, I think, there by Sillycat. I get the idea, but the execution leaves a bit to be desired. No support call yet there for Elpern and the German army. Sherman strikes in. I mean, for example, even like he didn't want to commit the Sherman directly, we could have used its smoke screen ability to like recover up the attack there, and I think they've done a lot there for Sillycat during the attack. Sillycat filling up with the Pack Howitzer. We could also, I think, easily say what reason not to go for another Sherman. He's not far off from that either. Sherman push back there, good to spot for them, very good. Whew, that was a close one there. Both packs missing. Attack here is holded by the MD-42, nicely set up there by Elpern. Sillycat starting to run into issues there as Elpern's forces looking more and more formidable, and there you go. No attempt here going for tier 4 at least for now. We got the support up there for Elpern. Pack Howitzer. Very good. There in the south half time we about. They got 5 kills. Close to actually 2, but not quite there either. And Elpern there cutting off his opponent's munitions. But it is worth noting that Sillycat still hasn't gone for like any weapon racks or grenades. Might be, of course, these what some players like to do, which is just set up for a lot of P-47 rocket strafes. You'll see some Wehrmacht players who are just setting up munitions for their air support abilities. But I do think Sillycat would benefit a lot more from just weapon racks right now, or some grenades that have more firepower now, rather than setting up a lot more for the P-47s eventually. Push in the south, here, Gunneers holding up. Panzer goes up north there in a pretty bad position, needs to retreat. And further up northeast, Sherman routs the Gunneers. Rather than how the Gunneers causing retreat here, southern victory point, fuel point once warmed up here to the 6th Armoured Division of the Americans. Elpern so far focused in the centre here, but at the same time will not be able to, I think, hold it as we got a flank in here from the Sillycat in the south. Very good move there. Very good move. To do the racing interview with the rifle squad. Sherman on the way there for Sillycat, 2nd tank for the 6th Armoured Division. And there we go, Panzer for the red here's for Elpern, and the 2nd Panzer rifle squad taking heavy damage on the open pack forward, being hosed down. Not great, then more pressure here from Sillycat in the south. Captain also running with infantry, got the anti-aircraft coming up as well. But looking a bit risky. There you go, the Sherman clears out on the pack forward alongside the infantry. Not great here for Elpern. Fortunately for Elpern, though, Sillycat is actually not going for any anti-tanking, besides not going for weapon racks. Bit of no sight there. Particularly when you go for the captain. Sherman being pushed back into the Sherman, he's definitely not risking it there. He could, of course, try and fight with the Panzer IV, but goes just wait for the 2nd Sherman, then take it out. In a much more, I think, confident scenario. Troops riders, we've got the 2s in hot pursuit up north. They got the Sherman, so the Panzer IV, 2nd Sherman ready here, but still. Elpern is not giving up the Sherman. This is time to get a bit risky there for Elpern. I mean, there's a good chance he might take out the Sherman. There's also a chance he loses the Panzer IV. There you go. Gets the Sherman, and oh dear, we got the other Sherman on the move here. Can he take out the Panzer IV, or will Elpern be able to get away with this? We got Gunneers being up here. In the south here, 2-2 going for the anti-aircraft top deck, but he's going to lose the 2-2. And Sherman sitting here. Punchman is still not upgraded. But there you go. He's going for the Sherman. Up for the Panther 4. There you go. Shot missed. 5th cover halfway done. Can he get the Panther 4? Oh dear. Exposed in the rear potentially. And there you go. Panther 4 down. In the end, I do believe Sillycat came ahead here. As trading a Panther 4 for Sherman is not a great trade for Elpern. Plus, he did get the armoured car as well there in the south. So, not the greatest there for Elpern. Not the greatest. He's going to have to go for another Panther 4. May have to consider Stugs. The Sturmgeschütz. Plus, he hasn't upgraded one of those Pack 40s.
Our opponents are seizing a sector.
And there you go. 2 P-47 rocket strays ready. Of course, not at the same time. Oh, roughly 2 anyways, but there you go. Packard front gun machine quickly killing the gunner. Jürgen behind him though gets covered in fleets. Almost gets the machine entirely showing in here. Could possibly finish it off here. Could possibly finish it off. Even on the South Pack 4 being cleared out again. Sillycat looking very strong. And there you go. Fragmentation bomb called in. The Luftwaffe strikes. Sending in one of its finest pilots. Jürgen Fluffenstringer. And there you go. Takes out an entire rifle squad. Huge casualties. Riflemen dying in droves. The captain can only watch as his men get obliterated. And the Germans counterattack, taking advantage of the confusion and the chaos sown in, Sillycat's flanks. There we go. Just moving through in the centre. 5th Cavalry from North Germany, half health. Stug on the way to Elpern, realising that things are getting serious, desperate. He does what anyone do when things get tough and serious. They call in the Stugs. Sherman on the way there for Sillycat. Back here, troops reinforcing healing for Elpern. Sillycat controlling a lot of the map here. He has numerous tanks either now on the way. Though it is helping that Sillycat still isn't going for like any weapon racks. No BARs, no bazookas, or even grenades. Troops reinforcing healing, almost got the Stug ready. North 5th Cavalry they're holding up, and there goes Sherman, almost done. Second Sherman ready here for Sillycat. There we go, Sturmgeschütz 3, Ausführung G. The assault gun. Maybe they're almost taking out, Stug moving ahead, they should have. The pinman machine does have some nice extra damage. Gun is moving ahead, T-Panzer moving northwards or centrewards. Quick run from against the LB assembly infantry. There you go. Double rifle grenades. No full wipes. Still numerous casualties there. As Sillycat's infantry is very much put to the test of survival. Punch the flank up behind the 5th Cavalry there. Stug moving ahead here. Grenadiers supporting. The 5th Cavalry not tucked in there. Got directed in the Stug by the Sherman. Stug backing off. Almost got the 5th Cavalry. The punch Grenadiers. Nice hit with the Stug there. Grenadiers could get off a Panzerfaust here. More Grenadiers bringing in this Sherman. Almost down to half health. The assault continues in. There you go. Sillycat panics, calls in the United States Air Force to hold back the Germans. Screaming into his phone, God damn, the crowds are running me with a Stug, man. A Stug. I need everything. Call it down. Call down the thunder, or we're all dead. And, you know, they came pretty fast. Fixing up the Shermans. Pioneers heading towards the southern fuel point there. Elpern is, of course, still in a tight spot, but again, the power of the Stug is nonetheless forcing Sillycat to take it more seriously. They've come holding up. The Indy 2 Pack 4 is moving in there as well, getting aggressive. Half-track infantry moving southwards. Stug causing neat repairs, getting the Pioneers to work with that. But of course, both Pioneer squads have been upgraded with veteran squad leaders. Thumbs up there to Elpern. Not all players, remember, you can actually do that, and it benefits them not just in terms of survival and combat ability, but it also means they can repair your stuff faster, and that's pretty good. Gonna grab the center victory point. Half-track moving about. Gotta push in the north there. Looks like the armor's heading northwards here to deal with Elpern's push there. Pack 4 is nearby ready. We got the Stug moving in again. Die Sturmgeschütze. Sturmgeschütz. Moving ahead. There's still no pin machine left for Elpern. Bit of a shame, bit of a shame. But already the infantry's backing off at the sight of the Stug. Further north here, the Shermans are rounding the Elpern's infantry, who certainly lack the firepower to hold back 2 Sherman tanks. And Sillycat could soon go for a third one. Sorry about that, still got a bit of a cold. Mostly recovered, but you know. Not entirely. Camelling about here around the centre. And there you go, Stug. Follows on the pack forwards, then that's going to be one Sherman down, possibly two. A huge stinging blow here to Sillycat. Panzer Corps, they're halfway done. Stug close to Veterans U1 there. Jackson on the way there for Sillycat. Deciding that more awesome firepower is needed to stop that Stug. Meanwhile, the Sherman is cooked up like a Ronson. We'll have to see what Elpern goes for next. Could go for another Stug. He goes for the Panzer IV, the Panzerkampfwagen 4. Normally aim for 3 Sherman under Sillycat's command is being marshalled out once more. Until that, you know, that Stug's gone, it won't come back. Obviously they're lying to it, but, you know, just to comfort the crew. Boost morale, you know. Direct hit on the Sherman, Panzer IV halfway done, and the South Stug moves in. Still not adding a pin-up machine gun, it really should do that. Add some nice infantry damage to it. Like, it's effectively like a Grenadier-like machine gun, except it has a bit more range, I believe, and it costs half of that, and it's mounted on the Stug. Anything's better if it's mounted on a Stug. Imagine a flamethrower mounted on a Stug, or the orbital down light machine gun mounted on a Stug. Instantly gets better. Rifling in against the 5th Cal, pushing out in the open. Nice work there by Elpern. Sillycat Barley really short in infantry. I'm surprised he's not called in any paratroops here versus Sillycat. Still not seeing any like weapon racks. Definitely feels like a bit of oversight there. Sillycat is focused perhaps too much on the armor and neglecting the infantry, whereas of course Elpern knows the power of infantry and Stugs. Sherman then being routed by the arrival of the Stug, but there you go. Jackson punches large hole on the front line of the Stug, damaging as well there. Elpern could receive the Stug here. That would be a tragic blow. Panzer IV charging in there first to make sure they can't dive in and take out that Stug too easily without risking being fired by the Panzer IV and the Pack 40 nearby. Good save there, the Stug by Elpern. Thumbs up. North half take is setting up for something there. We got 34, there was 455. Elpern definitely needs something about those victory points soon. It won't matter how many Stugs he has.
A capture point is under attack.
It will not matter one bit. Panzer IV moving in. Backed up by Pioneers and Panzergrenadier. Sehr good. Going for the victory pod, got info to by the centre one. There you go. Loses the one guy on the point. Bit awkward. Pack out well up here for Sillycat. Grabbing the southern point. And then going to northwards, we've got the Sherman nearby reserve as well. Stug, good to go once more here for him. Worth noting that Elpern is not getting the Panzer IV with the machine, and that's also a bit of an oversight. Racing in the Stug, the take hit from the Jackson though. Is he planning something here? Nope. Grenadiers advancing here. Now go around the 5th Cal. Stug moving in. Stug moving in. Grenadiers advancing. And we got another fragmentation bomb right here in the midst of everything. It's a bit of a mess here. And there we go. What could got going down there? Pack counter. Major knowledge. And the paratrooper suffer casualties. One gets utterly shocked. He gets attacked by squirrels and killed. But he does have more infantry now. It's getting the light machines on him. Thumbs up there to Sillycat. Though again, could have those out soon, I feel like. Meanwhile, Elpern's keeping that pressure here versus Sillycat. Furiously attacking for the fatherland. Shoot their scaling veterans you want. Nothing further happening here. Back in Sillycat space, it's also mostly quiet. That machine halfway done the paratroopers.
Our supply line's cut. Germans are making a push.
Paratrooper in there, close with the light machine guns. Up north we got Grenadiers with the rifle squad. Panzer moving in there as well. Shot fired. casualties inflicted. Cat moving out there. 23 kills. Stug on the move once more. Still no pinot machine on either armour. And there you go. Paratroopers leading the way. Another Panther for the Elpern. Another Panther Kampfwagen 4. (20 13). Elpern still has a significant victory point issue, but at least for now seems to have somewhat stabilised it. Sillycat's lack of infantry is making it hard for him to defend properly or to take the victory points easily. Meanwhile, Elpern with 4 infantry squads has no such issues. Stu Panther going for this German up north, exposing a mistake here by Sillycat. He is calling in the US Air Force to try and rectify this issue, but Elpern is clearly showing no such concerns, at least for now. Oh, but there you go, man, to say they've got Jackson charging from the Stug. Stug gets a good hit, very clutch with 2 Panther 4, the dodging a few rockets from the left of it. Significant damage there from the P-47s in the center. American assault goes through there, routing Elpern's men with ease. So in the end, Sillycat was able to save the Sherman, though it was a rather narrow one. Panzers hiding in the south. Still should have, I think, support package. My personal opinion. Second Panther ready here. Stug hanging back as well. Jack's being fixed up as well. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. The crew went off somewhere. Oh, they're to help repair the Sherman. Guess that makes sense. Thought they'd gone off elsewhere on their own little adventure. Half-taking south as they go, Panthers are trying to hide out, but they can't hide from the half-track and they're forced to retreat here. What will Elpern do? He's about to lose more than 1 victory point, which means he's going to be bleeding again here versus Sillycat. Will he be ready for this? Driving him a Steam D42, and he's bringing in Stug hanging back still. Also another fragmentation bomb ready here for Elpern. For the second Panzer Shield. Sherman lining up here for another push. And west the Stug is ready to meet it. Machine getting hosed there by the Sherman. There goes Stug is ready. Stug shoots and penetrates, gaining the Schutzen and the T2. And got a fragmentation bomb called in here somewhere. I'm not entirely sure where. Oh, in the center here by the 5th Cal. Almost won the entire crew. Panther 4 charging in, this Stug hanging a bit back. Looks like we got the Pack 4s going as well here. Deep flank here, and there you go. Jackson misses a pretty close range against this Panther 4. Pack 4's nearby as well. And there goes Sherman down. A stinging blow there to Sillycat, who's going to need more armour. And he's still needing them infantry. Got the Panther 4 from him too. Moving for the deeper flank here with infantry well. 2 thumbs, that's helping. Really good setup here. Sillycat's situation is quickly deteriorating. Studen up, continuing the blitz as well. Back up. The Panther 4's going into blitzkrieg mode. Very good, very good. Other Panther 4's leading in as well. And there you go. Pack cards are cleared out. Almost got that 50 cal. Direct hit on the Panther 4. And forced to fall back as the Jackson hides out sufficient well on the base. But right now, the rest of Sillycat's forces are cut off by Elpern, though he's down to just 16 points. It's going to be a close one. I mean, Sillycat could still win this with the victory points. Like, if he maybe sort of calls into more paratroops and then set up like maybe a good distraction and runs at them, there might be a chance for Sillycat to pull it off. It's going to be risking unless Stug here, though, 1 kill. Steadily approaching eventually 3, possibly. Stug the backs off from the Jackson for now. Going for the southern victory. Once they got the half track, they're going to need support force down there to deal with the half track. Or, of course, could go on for support package. You're going to chuck the smoke in it at the least. Jackson number 2 on the way there for Sillycat. No Shermans. Grab northern victory point. Panther 4 rushing southwards. Not a single pin machine on any of his armour. Least of all the Stug. Going for the centre victory point there. Path tech falling back from the south. 8 versus 379. Machine gun team there arrives to save the day in the centre. South here, Panther was the captain. Panther 4 Stuke moving in here. In the south, Panther 4 around the rifle squad, showing no mercy. Showing no mercy whatsoever. Stuke looks like going to make a move for the Jackson. Needs to be careful. The train is not great for the Stuke to make a great push to the Jackson there. Good step just gets punched at by the Jackson. Second one has arrived here though for Sillycat. We got 8 versus 343. Right net here. Decent hit. A roll the Sillycat. Slag of infantry forces I think is holding him back a bit. And he's running I think from just getting that last bit in each here versus Elpern. Panzers are still hiding out. They got the Panther 4 in reserve. 8 versus 322. Panther 4 racing in there for the glory of Deutschland. Jackson's now on the run here for the south. Going to look for that Panther 4, knock it out. Could also call Swarm the southern one. That could actually work out here. A defeat in detail could perhaps work out since Elpern has to defend like most of the points. Don't have a chance here. Or at least that's what he's doing currently. And there goes Stu going for it though. Bit risky there, bit risky, bit silly. Target weak point as well. But does not disengage. Half 8 eventually free down the Stug. 8 versus 292. And the south, Rifleman 5th coming up. Here, Panther still hiding up, plus got the Panther on reserve. Up north, going to defend the point here. Center one's being held as well. Southern one is slightly up, but that's just bait here from Elpern. Eastern rider there. Not great. Of course, it is great for Elpern. In the south here, Panther moving in, I think, from the wrong angle. Still falls away the 5th cal. Panther also disengaging. 8 versus 269. Continues to be rather tight one here for Elpern. He's still in this, but it's very, very close. Whereas Sillycat, well, he has the victory point. This is very close. He's sort of finding himself struggling to find the reach to like finish this. In this regard, the Jacksons aren't helping a lot because while the great rest of the army, they aren't great at just pushing troops off the victory points fast. Like, the rest of just rushing the Sherman, he can clear it out and just jump out the crew, but he can't because the Jackson won't be able to push the troops off. So, Sillycat's in a bit of a precarious position. Bit of a precarious position as well. Panther 4 moving in. Elpern's trying to get more aggressive as a Sillycat. Trying to get a lot more aggressive. Steve, careful the Stu. They need to be careful. Got to change bombing in there around the base entrance. Sillycat responds here with air support. Rifle grenade there clears out a support weapon. Default's going here for it. Stu dodges it mostly. Oh dear. Stu narrowly survives that one. Going for the south point, still got the half track there. Pack 4's moving up, so we need to be careful. They're going to get swarmed by infantry. 8 versus 251. Sillycat's forces are being steadily built up, but he's not gaining those victory points. He's in fact losing the one he does have now. Stu incredibly close to the Eastland south here. We got the Gunners for the half track. More concerned from the south, we got the people just going in there, mostly hitting buildings, squirrels, and a bit that Panzer 4, which is being blitzed down south. To assist. But it's quickly found himself pushed back here. At least not risking it. Second Panther 4 moving in, still getting neat repairs and is getting them. Very good there, very good. Eight versus 219. Sillycat just can't seem to get those remaining victory points cut off. And honestly, some sort of smart quick feint up north might be able to work out for him. Like, quickly push off the guns, grab the victory point there while he's still doing some stuff here. Like, a Sherman maybe with some air support. Inf support, he could quickly clear it out. Maybe just a Scot. Or he could, of course, pull the really sneaky one. Rush in the half ambulance with some assault troops in instead. They got airborne troops called in. It looks like they're going to land in the north area. They need to be careful not to get caught in the wrong place. Okay, they're landing here. You still have some support from the paratroopers. We got 8 versus 207. Yeah, he's going to make a move there. And in light machines, well, there you go. 50 cal loading up against the incoming forces from Elpern. I doubt that 50 cal will be able to last long. We got the Jackson nearby, which would certainly help equalise the fight a lot there, except the Jackson to blow apart some of the cover of the 50 cal there. Pack 4's also in the scene. Very good there by Elpern. Foresaw this. And there go more troops in north first, paratrooping in there, but they need to get closer to the Grenadiers and pop a grenade. They should also go for the Thompson, to be honest, for close quarters action here. There's it as well. Definitely a miss there by Sillycat. There you go, grenade going in. Losing one Jackson in the south there. Grenadiers taking some damage from paratroop, took too much on the south. Meanwhile, Stug, Panther 4 going for the base here. Stug is now ace level, a true hero of the right. Target weak point is kind of a bad ability, should really be using it. Blinds the ambulance. My god, we can't see. We can't see. Anyways, there you go, GG. Game over. A close one here where Elpern almost lost, but then was able to pull through here. Sillycat dominated quite a bit there, but ultimately fell through because of a lack of infantry to really control the battlefield, and also I think too many Jacksons and a lack of other elements there. Plus, it was just, I think, too focused on points on the map. The Elpern, meanwhile, bit of a weak start, was able to turn around steadily, in part through the might of the Stug, turning around on its mighty chassis the entire match. So 2 thumbs up to that Stug, a real hero of the Reich. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed this match. I'll learn something from it. If you did, subscribe, like, share, comment on it, tell friends, tell family, but don't tell enemies. This is Pro Links and cheers. Thank you for watching. I'll see you tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.